Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here. And if you're coming to town this weekend, you might want to join us for a tour of homes. We do run them 7 days a week, but the weekend ones tend to be a lot of fun. If you're looking at what you get for your money in Milton, for example, what kind of homes are in the price range, what neighborhoods are best, those are all good things to get on a tour. And I think you get a lot of value from it. So we're usually wrapped up within about 2 hours, and you can sign up just over there. So today's list is 12 properties. The first one is 1360 Main, number 109, and so it doesn't have any pictures. I think on the first floor, facing Main Street, might be a little bit busy, so I'd like to see if the unit was away from that direction. But it's a one bedroom. It's a 229. Maintenance fees are 174. It's really, for a lot of people, about the same price as rent, so it can be a good option. And I do like that price point. They were selling last year at 229. We've got another condo here on Costigan, number 208, and their competition is actually, there's one on at 210 that we're selling that's about $2,500 more than this one. It's a 3098. And you can see the hardwood floors here, granite counters, California ceiling, and you've got the two full washrooms, one with just a shower and then one with the shower and tub. They only have one parking spot, whereas the one we're selling has two, but they do have the view right over the ravine, which is actually quite nice, especially on the second floor, because the high stuff you don't have that nice sort of plain view, but down here you can really start to see the the green space, and it's quite nice. So this is a good listing. 3098 I think is right on the right on the razor's edge of where they probably should have priced it. So Cabot Trail is 409. It's a back split. It looks like a bungalow, but it actually is a split level home, and it's on a 45 by 150 foot lot. And there's some hardwood floors. It's a bit of a small kitchen. It's nice, but it's certainly small. There's an eat-in area, then you've probably got the 3 bedrooms, and then there's like a family room or a rec room down on the lower half. So it looks like it's a 3-level back split, and not especially huge, but I think it's a good layout. It's a solid home for that price, and it looks like it's got a little bit of updating for being over 4. 22nd Side Road is at 484. It's actually had a lot of work done to it, and so this home, it does not, I believe it's got baseboard heat up on the top section. I don't think there's actual venting above the garage. The rest of it is oil heated. It's got a nice sized piece of land, 126 by 200. 484 almost seems too good to be true. What's the catch? Well, it sides onto 25, so you get a lot of road noise on this one here, which is unfortunate because the price would probably go up $100,000 if they were even 3 or 4 homes in compared to where they are. But it looked like good work. I saw this home maybe 4, 5, 6 months ago. Beaver Court is at 489.5. And I'm not a huge fan of the color choice on the outside. I don't know how much that's going to affect them, but it will for sure. I think if it was a more neutral color, they'd certainly they'd see the benefit in that. I don't know if they're trying to match the roof color or what's going on there, but I think about it, if that roof needed replacing, you get a darker roof on, you get a better color here, you do the driveway, and you can really start to change the impression of the home like this. Now it looks like it's a 4-level back split, 3 plus 2 bedrooms. It is linked by the underground, so it looks like a detached home, but there might be a slab in between under the ground, or it could be that the foundation walls are together. And it looks like it's got travertine heated floors, movable island pot lights, those kind of things. So it's a more updated home. Hard to tell without the pictures, but it's always a good idea to go see them regardless. So Rusk is 569. I think it's 22 and change square feet. And you can see the hardwood staircase, no appliances. I hate to beat a dead horse, but I've always believed if you're going to sell a home for $500,000, $600,000, put some appliances in, make it easy for somebody to move in. They may not be, the perfect appliances for the people there, but for most folks, if you buy a half decent set of appliances, they're fine with it. So anyways, this home here, here's what really disturbed me is that they paid $25,000 to be on a corner lot. Like, are you serious? Like, that's not worth $25,000. they're not going to get it. I really have a tough time with this price. I think there's better value elsewhere. Glenda Jane, 589. Cute looking home from the outside. I think there's a lot of neat stuff. You can see deers here. I don't know about these wildlife shots. I mean, you do see them sometimes in the photos, and I get it, but I kind of don't. I think the inside photos could have been improved a lot. I think they're dark and they just don't show it off to its best capability. But it looks like a pretty decent property. The thing with Campbellville is that you've got the 401, so you have to be careful how close you get to the 401. And then you've got the train tracks down here. So this home is on Glenda Jane, and it's somewhere relatively close to the train tracks. And so there's a lot of influence around Campbellville that you have to just kind of, you don't want to be too high or too low. It's like the three bears. You don't want your porridge to be too hot or too cold. 589 seems pretty good for the size of the land. It's actually a nice sort of Georgian style home. It looks pretty big too. Swindale's an interesting home. It's at 615. I haven't seen one of these sell in a long time. It's about 2,800 square feet. There's a loft upstairs above the garage. This is your backyard, which is pretty private because you're enclosed basically on 2.5 sides by the house, but it's nowhere near the size of a normal sized piece of land. So the niche market for this one can love it or hate it. Inside the home, now the garage is far away, so you're not L-shaping around the garage, which is typically what most of these homes do. So now you've got a really open main floor layout, and it's actually, I think it's quite nice inside. And the loft is actually this one right here, and you can find sometimes that there's a bathroom put in there. I think about a home office that it can be used for. I think about a kid's playroom. So it's almost like a finished basement above grade, right above the garage. So I love that concept. It is separated from the rest of the home, and you can see that that's the stairs probably leading up to the area above the garage. So a really neat floor plan. There's nothing really like this for sale at any given time. They probably come out once or twice a year. So they're neat homes. Freeman Trail is 649. They've replaced the garage doors here. Now there's a black fence, which means that there's probably some kind of a trail right beside. Nice high ceilings in the front part, and the kitchen has had pretty extensive work done. It looks like they've spent a lot of money on this house, upgraded the ensuite, and it looks pretty good. 40 by 110 is about probably 30 feet deeper than most of the Mattamy stuff that's a couple minutes away. And overall 649, finished basement, which isn't in the actual photos that we saw, could mean the difference between selling or not selling this one, but it looks like a very nice home. Hearst is at 679. It's around 3,000 square feet. It's on a 56-foot wide property, but it's only 80 feet deep, but it's nice and wide. Not many homes on the street. Hearst is a nice street too. It's walking distance to Hawthorne Village Public School. It's walking distance to the library on 4th line there. And this is a really good layout. There's a main floor office. The kitchen looks like it's been kept pretty well. Overall, it's an impressive looking home. 679. Now there are bigger homes. You think about the one on Hill, the one on Ellington. You can buy bigger homes for this price. I guess these guys are figuring with some extra upgrades, they're hoping to kind of play in that game. So Peru is at 829. And if you have a look through the house, it looks half decent. Probably needs replacement kitchen and floor. I would think most buyers want to do that. That's a little part of 16 Mile Creek there. And so here's the thing about this home, and they talk about it in part of Milton's residential phase 2, the Sherwood survey. It's a nice sized piece of property. Now, what happens is it's sort of in this little Milton Heights area, and you can see the industrial stuff from the town is here, and then the new Tremaine exit is going to sort of go right across like this and join up with the 401. So the traffic patterns, I don't know where it's going to join, but it's going to be close to this property. You're going to notice the effects if you are the owner. There's train tracks right here, and there are plans to develop this entire subdivision. So you want to look at Milton.ca, start doing some research about that actual Milton Heights Phase 2 area, because there's a lot going on, and it changes. there's new information that comes out all the time. So definitely look at that if you're considering a home like this. Bell's school line is at 1.3. I've seen this home before. It's 2 acres. There's a pool just off to the side here, and it's sort of set up on a ridge. It's as you're going up on the escarpment, kind of by Spring Ridge Farm, if you ever go there. And so when you're going up, this property actually sort of dips down. So there's a lot of elevation changes here. There's only 2 bedrooms on the main floor, and then 2 more downstairs. And that's the family room, and it overlooks the kitchen here. You can see that's the same fireplace there. So it is a pretty open concept. This area is impressive when you go in with the higher ceilings. You can check the virtual tour. My own personal opinion is that it's not worth 1.3, but it's it's an interesting home. I gotta say that I haven't seen anything like this one ever in my travels. It's got a neat little area where you could probably watch the sunset, and a big deck sort of down underneath almost the main floor, and there's a little staircase going down. So you could probably check all that stuff out on the virtual tour, but it's a very interesting home, and that's the list for today. So if you have any questions, just give us a call, and if you want to join us for a tour, come meet me at Starbucks, because that's when we could start to get into how much is this going to cost, what are the steps involved, how long should it take. We can get you started on daily emails that match only the homes that you're looking for, which is really going to save you a lot of time, because Milton Daily Homes is everything that we showcase every day, and we can get very specific for what you want as well. So have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.